It is Demon of the Week, and this week we're going to look at one that was requested. Sorry, I can't remember who by, but it is the entity or the god named Maahes.
Welcome to my channel. You are entering the world of magic and mysticism with your host, Lee W. Johnson. Keep the lights on and help improve the channel by becoming a supporter for just $2.99 per month. Hit the join button.
Alright, so Maahes or Mahes, depending on how you're going to pronounce it, Maahes is kind of a bit more like the Greek pronunciation, but this is actually a god from the Egyptian pantheon and ancient Egyptian mythology. And Mahes occupies a very unique position as a deity of war, protection, and the weather. It's often depicted with the head of a lion. Mahes embodies the raw power and ferocity that the lion really symbolizes. He has a close connection with Sekhmet and Bast in that his cult centers were in the same places as those two deities, namely Taramu and Perbast, and that he is said to be the son of Ta and the feline goddess. And the feline goddess is Bast in Lower Egypt, and Sekhmet in Upper Egypt. I did notice that some other people have likened him to Abaddon and Vine or Vinay from the Ars Goetia. Mostly in terms of, Vinay does appear as a lion and is sometimes labeled as the Destroyer. And I think that's where that association came in, with Mahes being a god of war and protection and things like that. But I was actually wondering, I didn't find any relation to it at all, or any references from anybody else, but I was actually wondering if the imagery and the name actually kind of blended over into the Ars Goetia as being the spirit Marbas. You've got Marbas, Mahes, and both appearing as lions, lion-headed. So that kind of made me think, but I don't want to really make that assumption of them being the same spirit, apart from them just have a similar name and appearance. So Mahes, also known as Mihos or Mios or Mahes, there's actually several Greek names to this particular deity, is typically portrayed as a man with the head of a lion, sometimes wielding a knife or standing beside other gods such as Bastet or Sekhmet, who are also associated with lioness or feline imagery. The imagery of the knife also seems to translate over to sword, just in case you wanted that particular association or symbolism. His name means he who is true beside her, emphasizing his role as a protector and his close association with other deities, particularly the lioness goddesses themselves. The etymology of his name, however, also reveals some other aspects. His name can be translated directly as one who can see in front. And J. Hill on the website ancientegyptonline.co.uk also adds that, I'm quoting here, the first part of his name is also the first part of the word ma, lion, as well as the verb, as ma, lion, as spelled M-A, and then also as well as the verb ma, M-A-A, which means to see. And it is spelled with the symbol of a sickle for the second M, linking it with the word ma'at, which means truth or balance. As a result, another possible translation is true before her, referring to the goddess Ma'at. So look, some of the other titles or epithets were Lord of Slaughter, Wielder of the Knife, and the Scarlet Lord. J. Hill again also adds the Lord of the Massacre, Avenger of Wrongs, and Helper of the Wise Ones. It is also mentioned that the Greeks associated Mahes with the Furies and gave him the epithet the Kindly One. Alright, let's see what else we've got here. Mahes is predominantly known as a god of war, symbolizing the pharaoh's might in battle and the protective power of the sun. His fierce lion form is a potent symbol of strength and courage, qualities essential for both warriors and rulers. As a war deity, Mahes was invoked for protection in conflicts and was believed to vanquish enemies of the gods and the pharaoh. In addition to his martial aspects, Mahes was also connected to the protective qualities of lions. Lions were revered in ancient Egypt not just for their hunting prowess, but also for their protective nature towards their prides. Mahes embodied this dual aspect of aggression towards enemies and protection for allies, serving as a divine guardian for the people of Egypt. Now, the interesting thing about the lions is that lions were not actually native to Egypt, but they were known to inhabit the regions to the south, and their occasional appearances in the Nile Valley added to their mystique and reverence. The lion's prowess in hunting and its majestic presence made it an ideal symbol for the qualities that Mahes embodied. So became quite a bit of a mystical or a symbol that had a lot of mystique behind it, because although lions were these beings, these animals which were ferocious and fierce and strong. If you have a look at the imagery within the tarot itself, have a look at the strength card with the lion. They had a mystique to them because they weren't often seen in Egypt itself. Right, let's have a look. Regarding cult and worship of Mahes, apart from the main cult areas being Taremu and Perbast, the worship of Mahes was particularly prominent in the region of Leontopolis. That's the modern Tel El Mukdam, and also Taremu, which actually was the Leontopolis in the Delta. These areas associated with lion worship housed temples dedicated to Mahes, where rituals and offerings were made to gain his favor and protection. The legacy of Mahes extends beyond his immediate religious function. As a figure representing the divine aspect of warfare and protection, Mahes influenced the iconography and religious practices of neighboring cultures. The lion-headed deity motif can be seen in various forms throughout the ancient Near East, illustrating the cultural exchanges and syncretism of the time itself. Alright, so that is Mahes, as I said. I'm not sure how you want to pronounce that. So just a quick one for today, and I'll see you next week for more Demon of the Week. Okay, have a good one. Cheers for now. Bye-bye.